I finished that and was like, I'm traveling around the world. You see people starving. It's just trying to do what you're going to do. So I was in the UAE, and I had a lunch with MBZ, is the head of the country, brilliant man. So I come sit down with him, and he goes, I brought you lunch today because there's two people feeding the most people on earth, and they should know each other. So he introduced me to Governor Beasley, who ran the World Food Program for the UN. Cool. And because of our relationship, he got so frustrated with the bureaucracy of the UN that one day he said, Tony, I'm going to leave the UN, because during his 5 years, we went from 80 million people at verge of starvation to 385 million people. So I got associated with that, and I said to him, what if we create a strike force team? If you're going to leave, how many meals would it take to feed everybody in the world for 10 years that need it, where it would give us time to build a sustainable solution? He goes, Tony, I don't know, 40, 50, 60 billion meals? I said, let's do a 100 billion meal challenge. So we did this 100 billion meal challenge, and we went to Forbes 400, and I thought, we're gonna get 50 of these guys, right? 4 people stood up, 4. I'm like, this is not working. We gotta do something different. But I won't bore you with all the details. The strategy, the thought process, and what kept me going though is it's not just having this unreasonable goal, it's having strong enough emotional reasons. And I got in these environments where people are starving. I got in the Sudan, there were 1 million people cut off by the rebels there, and they were starving them out. I said, I'm just putting a line in the sand. I'm gonna provide enough food for 1 million people in a week. Who will match me? And I got Ray Dalio to match me. Pretty soon I had $40 million. We're gonna take C-130s, and we're gonna take drones. And we're going to deliver the food to the people. We delivered 22,000 meals that month and saved all these people starving to death. So what the fuck compared to running a business? So now we got 62 billion meals in 3 years, which is beyond what anybody ever thought was humanly possible. And I'll plant 100 million trees, but not just plant the trees. I'm going to plant 100 million trees, and I'm going to work with the farmers. And we're going to show them how to go from making $1 a day to $12 a day by having 12. It's like, a friend of mine's daughter was kidnapped and put into slavery, just insanity, and nobody wants to talk about trafficking. And so I went out undercover, helped them negotiate these deals with these animals that do this. It's the ugliest thing I've ever seen in my life, but also the most beautiful. Watching these girls go through the worst thing on earth, meaning they're chained to a bed to do 8 or 10 tricks a day, and then we get them freed. We brought them to this house. They'd never been out there. They're out on the ocean. They're down here playing basketball. They're like the change in their lives, and so then I'm hooked. So my wife and I have now funded 72,000. Started with 30,000. As many, I grew up in a town of 30,000 people. I want to free that many children, as big as the city I grew up in. So what I'm trying to say to you is, get off your ass. But when I say get off your emotional ass. Stop this fuck happiness shit. And just actually say to yourself, no. I deserve happiness, I'm gonna create happiness, but I have to do it differently than I've done it before. I'm not a fucking robot anymore, right? You don't have something that you're obsessed about that makes you feel fully alive.